This episode of the Esoteric Order of Roleplayers is brought to you by the generosity of our backers on Patreon. Go to patreon.com/esotericrp to find out how you can become a backer too. The Esoteric Order broadcasts from Santa Fe, New Mexico. We recognize these episodes are produced on the traditional territory of the Tewa-speaking Pueblo peoples, and we acknowledge their community, their ancestors, their elders both past and present, and future generations. The Esoteric Order of Roleplayers presents the Batman Role-Playing Game, an esoteric duet with Kenny and David Larkins as the Game Master. Okay, so it's just you and me, Robin.
Yeah.
And and so I have to admit that because Des couldn't make it at the last minute, I'm a little flat-footed here because I always rely on her to go back and re-listen to the session and then tell me what happened. So let's see. We left off, I believe, with you guys heading back to the Batcave after a night of investigation to run some queries on the old Bat computer and whatnot. Does that sound about right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Batman for sure was doing that. Wait, what did we do last session? It was
okay. So you're out on a routine patrol.
That's
I
right.
do remember most of it. You're out on a routine patrol and you ran across some gang members.
Right. We had big flashback beforehand.
That's right. Yes. You established how you guys met. We had a nice little flashback sequence. Oh, by the way, I've been reading up on the subplot rules. So we'll go over those next time, since that way you guys can both be here. But it's actually pretty hilarious because they give some examples of like what could constitute a subplot. And one of them is literally like Batman is trying to get some sleep.
That's amazing.
And I told that to Des and she's like, oh my God, that's like my life right now. So
I know.
It's like super relatable. She's like, I love that. I might have to do that for real. I'm like, okay.
It's a great subplot, honestly.
It's like, I'm just trying to get some goddamn sleep.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wayne. You have a charity function you need to attend. Oh God. Thought I could get in a nap, but I guess not. It's just Batman's life is just like being at Gen Con, but 365 days a year. You know?
Oh, you just described hell.
Your worst nightmare. Yeah.
It really is bad. Like 4 days of Gen Con, I mean, like the adrenaline gets you through.
Yeah, right.
But then like at the end, I'm like, I'm sad it's done, but it's time. We did good.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
It's like there's this line from The Simpsons where it's like, when two people go through an experience like that together, they never want to see each other again.
Right.
Anyway, so yeah, we'll go over that next time. But we did do a nice little flashback. And then, we had a little patrol moment and you ran across some members of the gang, the Rebels.
That's right.
Which I'm picturing like all the street gangs in Gotham looking like the breakdance crews from, Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo, basically.
Definitely.
I mean, that's
definitely
kind of the vibe they're giving off here. Especially since like apparently these street gangs like there's some like background details in case you look up the Rebels, and it's like known members 8. I'm like, that's not a street gang. Street gangs don't have 8 members. Like,
it's just 8 guys.
that's just exactly. That's just 8 friends hanging out together and committing petty crimes. Like, not a gang.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
eight is the population of Gotham. 20.
Yeah. Which, like, I mean, also, like, that doesn't really paint Batman in the best light. It's like, you can't, like, you can't shut down this gang of 8 guys, like,
Or even the cops. It's 8 people.
or the cops, yeah, for that matter. Yeah, exactly. Commissioner
So
Gordon, we have reason to believe that the rebels may number as many as 8. Ye gods, man.
Gadzooks.
Gadzooks. Do we need to call
So
in the SWAT team?
yeah, that's right. And then Batman scared straight a handful of
Yes.
like a third of the population of the street gang.
Yeah,
And
apparently.
and I beat one of them into bloody hell.
You did, yeah, yeah. It
Um,
also makes sense in terms of the sort of cutscene dialogue that I read out when Batman like super intimidated the guy because he said, "Give us a break, Holmes. CC and Cliff split. So if you just lost 2 guys from your gang, that's like a quarter of your gang just left.
of your 8 guys.
Yeah.
So we can just count that gang taken care of, unless they start heavily recruiting.
More or less. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Anyways, so once that was wrapped up, you saw the bat signal, you headed out,
Right.
had a chat with Commissioner Gordon. He's like, look, we got the fucking president of the United States and the premier of the Soviet Union are coming to Gotham City tomorrow. So we've got like all this fucking security and obviously, responsibility on our backs. So can you please handle these bizarre crimes that were committed an hour ago at the exact same time, but in 2 different places in the city? And the files are basically by the same crew. Exactly. The files are basically like describing the exact same assortment of people, which let's see, just to recap that, it's 5 men,
a portly guy in
a roly-poly man in a
garish
suit.
Pinstripe.
Yes.
Garish suit.
Yes. Garish suit. A street punk wearing a bizarre 50-50 outfit. An athletic man in a black ninja costume, a slender man wielding a pair of razor-sharp knives, and a man whose features were obscured by 1920s-style aviator's hat and goggles.
Such a bizarre
conglomeration.
Yeah.
And one of the heists was stealing a prototype laser from the Glendale Institute of Technology, and the other heist was stealing a dirigible from from the airport.
Damn these guys. This is the second dirigible theft we've had in our esoteric games that I'm aware of.
That's true, actually. It must be said, gamers do have a weakness for dirigibles and airships in general. So
very true. Very true.
But yeah, it's funny, these encounters, they all have different names. So like, when you go to the Institute of Technology to follow up on the laser thing, it's encounter 3, one of our lasers is missing. And then the airport one is encounter 4, it's not a balloon, it's a dirigible.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. So you went to the GIT. Batman found a business card so they used a crane to get the laser out and left the crane behind. Batman found a business card stuffed under the seat for Wonder Management Company. If you get a good gig, it's a Wonder Deaver Tweed co-president. So there does seem to be some link to the villain team Tweedledee and Tweedledum, who Batman busted some years ago. They were sent up the river and recently released on parole, whereabouts unknown to the police. Batman also found some flesh-colored makeup on one of the control knobs in the crane. You talked to some college students who wanted your autograph, and otherwise didn't have a whole lot to add to the
because I tried searching the car, and
that was at the airport. That was at the airport.
That's right.
So then you went to the airport, and there was this like funky car parked outside, presumably driven by the suspects. You both ended up searching the car. You didn't find anything in the trunk, but Batman did turn up some straw on the upholstery. And then other than that, he interviewed the night watchman and
Hispanic guy, right?
Yes, the immortal the immortal words Senor Bat Hombre were spoken.
Senor Bat Hombre.
uh,
Like, what else are you gonna call him? You know?
Well, Batman. I don't know. Like, like why did you translate man but not bat? You know, like
For fun, you know?
like Batman's a proper noun. Like you don't have to translate it. Anyway, so yeah, so that's basically what you've got. You've got the business card, you've got the makeup, you've got the straw, and you've got this bizarre case. And so you were headed back to the Batcave to run some analytics, or at least Batman is.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think so I don't know if we've talked about this on the recording, but DC Heroes, the Batman source book for DC Heroes, has a wonderful section on it in terms of, what do they call it? Classic bits.
Yes.
Batman classic bits. And one of them is Robin learns a lesson. So I think this is a great opportunity to bring that in. Because I think maybe, as you're pulling back into the Batcave, and hopping out, Batman turns to you and says, "It's well past your bedtime, Robin. Run along now. I have some analysis to run on the Bat computer."
Mm-hmm. I'm like, yeah, sure.
Sure thing, Bats.
Sure thing, Bats. So I was gonna ask you a question.
Yes.
Do I have Robin's motorcycle?
Do you? Okay, so this is a good example, actually, of, I think, something I've been meaning to address, which is, these questions sort of come up, like Des asks about, like, oh, well, can the Batmobile do this? Can the Batmobile do that? I implied last week, I made reference last week to the fact that there are gadget rules in the main rule book, also in the Batman RPG rule book. This is an example like where you can use hero points. So that's one way to do it. So like in terms of like kitting out the Batmobile, like if Des wanted the Batmobile to have like a satellite uplink or whatever, it's like, yeah, you can do that. Just spend some hero points to like upgrade your gadget and like add some extra features to it.
That's so awesome.
As far as, yeah, because it's like, I mean, that's what happens in comics all the time, right?
Right.
It's like, oh, suddenly the Batmobile can fucking go underwater or whatever,
Right.
or
Yeah.
whatever, right?
Or it's got the grappling hook and can like drive up the side of a building,
Yeah. Or like it'll blow up, but then you're on the bat cycle all of a sudden, or whatever, right?
Badass.
I know. It's just so cool. But in terms of like just equipment, there's another way to do it. And so I think this would be a great opportunity to take that for a spin. And that is called a wealth check. Now, this can represent trying to literally buy something, like, hey, can I rustle up the resources to buy X in the next day or whatever,
right?
But it can also represent, do I have this thing, on hand, right? And so, so for instance, Bruce Wayne has a wealth of 20. What is Robin's wealth?
So when you say wealth, I'm looking at my skills. I don't see wealth at all.
It's not a skill. Let me pull up your sheet and see if I can spot it. It should be on there. Yeah, it's up with your vital statistics.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, 2.
Great. All right. So literally 1/10 of Bruce Wayne's. No, it's not even 1/10 because each level is doubling.
Oh god.
So get out your logarithmic calculator and calculate the logarithmic difference between 2 and 20, everybody.
I would love to do that. But I'm not going to. So but I do have rich family friend Bruce Wayne. Has that already been incorporated into wealth?
No. So yeah, I mean, we could use Bruce Wayne's resource value, but where's the fun in that? I
It's
ask you.
true.
So so basically what I do is I pull up the old benchmark values list here, which is one of these. This one. Let's see. Why is it not opening? That's the main question.
Mm-hmm.
Recent uploads. Yes, I know it's a recent upload. You're not letting me open it though. Curse you! All right, that's fine. That's fine. Oh, I forgot to bring in my DC Heroes box set with the GM screen.
Do you want to go get that?
Let me see if I can just pull this up here.
But do you have your wheel?
Yes. Okay. I don't. It's in the box. So I'll go get it in a second.
Okay.
Let's just see here. Let's see. Okay. So we have the benchmark values here, or do we? We have volume, distance, weight, time, information. There should be one that has like actual monetary values on it. But I don't know where that is. Strangely, is that the same table? Yeah, that's the same one. Okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to pause the recording and go get my
Okay.
okay, go get my box. 1 second.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, it's as I suspected. That's the tables I have in Roll20 are scanned from the GM screen. So I think the GM screen is just kind of like, yeah, like how often do you actually need the benchmark for money? Which is a fair point. But let's see here. Mm-hmm. Wealth. No. Okay. Checking here. There it is. Okay. Jesus Christ. It's in the Batman RPG. Ironically. Yeah. Yeah. Go figure. All right. So what I do is to find the APs of money is I look up the cost of the item on the benchmark table here. Which does bring up an interesting question of what was the cost of a motorcycle in 1986.
I was going to say we could reference Mythos, but that's 1992.
Yeah, let's not go crazy here. Let's.
How many BUCs?
How many bucks?
How many bucks? Motorcycle in 1992.
Oh my God. But let's see here. So I mean, I'm just gonna ballpark it here.
Yeah, we'll say like 1,500. That seems like a lot in 1982, right?
Yeah, I think
decent motorcycle for a 13-year-old.
Because I think you could get like a mid-sized car for about $8,000 at the time.
Yeah,
if that's maybe somewhere around there.
Let's do like 13. 13.
Okay. Well, 1,500 is exactly 6 APs, and 1,300 would round up to same. So yeah. So that's okay. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough if we're just going off of what Robin has here.
Yeah.
So let me grab my wheel.
And get your cardboard wheel necessary for the game.
Yes, it's so necessary. Okay, so you have a wealth of 2, and what did I say? 6? 6. Oh, well, that's not so bad actually. Oh wait, no, I have it the other way around. You have where the opposing value is the one I pull up. Okay, that's still not terrible. You need an 11 or better.
An 11 or better.
Yeah.
All right, let's roll.
Let's see how you do.
Oh, 7.
Oh, all right. So I'm gonna say that yeah, you don't have a motorcycle of your own,
Can I spend hero?
but
Well, I can't spend hero points to bump that.
I
Maybe
mean
column shift.
you could but the best you could get to was a 9 or better. So
Okay, fair.
yeah. Now, if it's something that Bruce Wayne bought for you, then it would have been a 3 or better.
Whoa.
So we'll say
I
with
think,
that 7, you know,
yeah, I think Bruce would have bought me one,
sure. Yeah.
just in cases. And
Mhm.
like, I'm 13. Can you legally drive a motorcycle when you're 13 years old?
I seriously doubt it, but yeah.
Maybe in the 80s.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Or wait, this is the 90s.
No, it's the
Wait, no, it's
80s.
the 80s. It's the 80s.
Oh, here we
Um,
go. Well, according to New Mexico Motor Vehicle Division, a person 13 years of age or older who satisfactorily completes the Motorcycle Safety Foundation Basic Rider course may be issued a motorcycle license with a Y or Z endorsement. So
wow.
certainly here in New Mexico, you can drive a motorcycle if you're 13,
They'll let
which
anything have fly out
which
here.
tracks. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Let's see about
Okay,
New
great.
York.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 16 in New York.
Okay. Well,
But we'll just say in the 80s. And this is Gotham City as well. It's
this
not
is
New York.
Gotham City,
Yeah,
and nobody knows I'm 13. I'm Robin.
that too. That too. Indeed.
I could be a petite 16.
I cannot believe a 13-year-old can drive a fucking motorcycle here in New Mexico.
we're
That's fucking
we're really
wild.
proud of our motorcycle fatalities out here. We're trying to keep those numbers
Right, because we don't have helmet laws either.
right.
So
Yeah, trying to keep those numbers high.
mm.
Um, so I've got my little motorcycle that Bruce Wayne bought me.
Yes.
And it's probably like I've been training on it, like even,
Yeah.
he's like, all right, let's go out. You can use the motorcycle for a little bit. And maybe this is my first time being like, I'm taking the motorcycle out by myself.
Nice. Ooh, I love it.
Yeah, I'm bad boy in it.
All right.
Me, played by
Corey
Corey
Feldman.
Feldman. Corey
That's
Feldman.
right. So, okay, so what's the plan here? Because obviously the motorcycle would be in the Batcave. And Batman has shushed you away to bed. And I could even, you know what? I can create a page here with Wayne Manor and the Batcave as a map.
Ooh, please
So
do.
I will start doing that as we're talking. But what's your general plan? What's your idea here?
So the nice thing about a motorcycle is that I can just push it and it doesn't make a sound.
That is very true, actually.
So yeah,
You're
so I'm
quite
just
right.
gonna so I was just like push it down the hall, I guess.
Okay.
Sneak around Batman because Batman's distracted.
Yeah, he's running routines on the back computer and the lab analysis. He's got that makeup chip getting
Yeah.
analyzed in there,
And maybe even Alfred sees me and he's like gonna cover for me a little bit,
Ooh, you think so, huh?
Maybe.
Sure. Let's find out since we have Alfred's stats here, and now you don't have charisma as a skill. I don't believe.
I do. I have 5.
Holy charisma, Batman.
Yeah.
Okay, so oh, there's a fucking benchmark AP. All right, anyway, never mind. So
and it says
yes.
So it says charisma 5, influence
Yes.
6.
Influence. Okay, interesting. Influence.
Oh, that's the unskilled column. Excuse me.
Unskilled.
Wait, so if I'm unskilled, I get a higher.
Yeah. That doesn't make any sense. What are you looking at? What part are you looking at here?
Look at my character sheet, bro.
Look at my character sheet.
It says max 5 and then unskilled influence 6.
Influence. Oh, well, influence is one of your attributes.
Right.
So I wonder why you have charisma that's worse than your unskilled. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah. Unless unskilled.
Oh, you know what?
Penalty.
You know what? Charisma though can substitute as a resistance value as well. So because remember, it's influence versus aura. Now, what's your aura?
My aura, big boy aura, is 4.
There we go. So you would normally use your influence if you're trying to influence somebody. But if someone
Mm.
else is trying to influence you, you can use your charisma as the resisting value and it'll be 1 point
Mm.
higher.
That's nice.
Yeah. Um, you know.
Oh shit.
Hmm.
Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
with charisma, there's interrogation, persuasion, and intimidation. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool. So like if I click the trained in all sub skills,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
wow, there's like a
Yes.
ton of sub skills. Holy crap, that's cool.
Yeah. So the sub skills can like if it just says train in all, then you're training all, but it's still worthwhile to click on that just to see what the sub skills are because it kind of gives you an idea
Yeah, I'm
of what you
definitely
can
doing
do with
that.
those skills, you know. Um,
I'm apparently trained in all sub skills.
nice. Yeah,
Maybe.
that's
Well,
the usual. That's the usual.
oh, okay, okay.
Oh yeah, and I misspoke. It's effect value, not resistance value. So your acting value is your influence, your effect value is your aura. So that's actually that's if you're trying to influence somebody. So remember, like we're influencing to see if you succeed, and then the effect value is how effective you are. And so
Right.
your charisma is bumping your aura a little bit effectively.
Okay.
Okay. So this isn't like a direct example of persuasion. However, we'll just say it's like a passive persuasion, right?
Okay. Yeah. Just a
Um,
just a cheeky glance.
yeah, that's right. So in
That
that
way,
case, we're
that
actually,
way,
yeah, go ahead.
I'm thinking like that way. If something happens to me, Alfred like knows that I've gone out. You know?
Exactly. Yeah, cheeky glance. I like that. You make eye contact.
Yeah.
All right. So your influence is a 6, you say.
A six.
All right. He is resisting with his spirit of 3.
Oh.
Okay, so if we go to our handy dandy wheel here and we pull that up, you would normally need a 9 or better. 1 hero point would make it 7. And let's see, the max you could spend would be 6, but you would only need to spend 5 to make it a 4. So the outcome would be 5 hero points, 4 or better.
I'm gonna spend 3 hero points.
3 is perfect. That gets you to 5.
All right. Let's go with the roll. 12. Ooh,
Nice. Okay.
maybe some column shifts there.
That gets you a column shift. It does.
Yeah.
So, and then so in the case of persuasion, weirdly enough, it says the opposing value and the resisting value. Okay, okay. So okay, so the resisting value is a 3. We're going against a charisma of 5. Okay, and we get a column shift out of that. I think I'm doing this right. It'd be honestly be easier for me to just look on the fucking table, but like I'm like no, I have to use this. I
Correct.
have to use this. I have to use this gadget.
It's Batman. We need gadgets.
That's right. Exactly. Let me see. Let me just double check here on the actual table. So you are a 5 against his 3. So normally that would be a 2. 1 column shift makes it a 3. Okay, great. So you get 3 wraps
Shoo.
against his spirit of 3. So that's
Excellent.
boom. You did it. That's full wraps, as they say.
Great.
Okay. Yeah. If the wraps earned equals the target spirit, the target will agree to the hero's request or believe what the hero is saying. Right.
Nice.
So
Okay,
you give him
great.
the old cheeky glance,
Yeah,
and
look
he
at
just
him.
nods back at you.
I kind of smirk. Yeah, and he nods back at me like, here he goes. He gonna learn
maybe
today.
maybe he's tried to stop you in the past, and he's just like, that was not worth it.
Yeah,
So I just need to let him do his thing.
that's right. Oh man, and now I get to use my city knowledge and my street low connections. Oh man. I want to get
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I want to get chased by the cops at some point. I'm not saying today. I just want to get chased by the cops at some point during Robin's life here
Fair enough.
before he
Okay.
becomes Jason Todd.
Of course. The Red Hood.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All
True.
right. Yes. So okay. So yeah, what's the plan? You're heading back out on the street. We'll say it's about 2 a.m. You know.
Nice.
What are you thinking?
Definitely hit up Taco Bell for the fourth meal. Need today's episode sponsored.
Sponsored by Taco. Well, this is a fantasy role playing game after all. We can indulge in this fantasy of getting
It's
2 a.m.
true.
Taco Bell.
Oh my god. Being 13.
Yeah, exactly. 13 years old, needing Taco Bell whenever you damn well please.
Let's just sit in this moment and just enjoy whatever crunchy taco that I had there.
Live the fantasy.
So good. All right. So what is the plan? Do you think I should stick to this mission or should I just like go out and vigilante Gotham? What do you think?
That is 100% on you. Yeah, if you want to just play being at a vigilante, then that's totally your prerogative.
Well, I think that's probably what I'm going to end up doing because right now we don't really have a lot of information to go off of with like our main mission here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like what we do have, Bruce is analyzing, right?
Correct.
So I don't really have much going on. I'm just like, oh, whatever. But like fighting up or beating up that one thug kind of got my blood going. And then we started we got called in to look at some stuff and I'm just like still feeling the adrenaline. Especially like after everybody got me all hopped up signing autographs and stuff.
That's
So,
true. It did
yeah.
kind of go to your head. Yeah.
Totally went
Okay.
to my head. So I'm just gonna go out and I'm gonna look for more of those. I'm just gonna look for more street punks because I think Bruce is soft on them. And
they need to be taught a lesson.
They need to be taught a lesson, and the class is in session.
Oh shit! All right, so you got the map of Gotham City in front of you there, and you have city knowledge, so I can give you some rundowns of your best bets, I guess.
Where is Wayne Manor?
Wayne Manor is in number 5, which is Bristol, Gotham's most exclusive neighborhood. It's the little wang shaped peninsula there.
Yeah.
Weird
that
yes.
Wayne Manor is not even like listed,
isn't it? Yeah. Seems to be a bit of an oversight there.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What are some good places? So, of course, you were held captive in a warehouse at the Lower East Side, which is sort of next door from where you are. And what else do we have here? East River, which is number 4, formerly fashionable neighborhood in the 1930s. But because gangsters and nouveau riche began buying property there, the sort of moneyed aristocracy moved away. And today the area is a low rent district with more than its share of youth gangs. Fun trivia fact, the East River area is where Bruce Wayne made his first reconnaissance trip and was injured just prior to his becoming the Batman.
Maybe that's what I'll do then.
It's where he got the shit kicked out of him and he went, oh man, maybe this vigilante thing isn't for me.
Yeah. Maybe I'll go there and be like, I'm going to show Bruce that like I can handle it. And I'm going to succeed where he failed.
All right. Nice. Okay.
After getting Taco Bell, of course.
Well,
but
of course.
This is,
Live Moss.
Live. Jesus.
Actually, I think 86 is the heyday of Make a Run for the Border, the classic.
Oh, wow.
Taco Bell. Yeah.
Make a Run for the Border.
Yeah.
Definitely doing that. Yeah, Taco Bell's listed right here.
It's here on the Gotham map. Wayne Manor isn't on the Gotham map, but Taco Bell. Every single Taco Bell franchise location is listed on this map.
And man, there's a lot of them.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so all right. So I get out of the so I pedal or walk the my motorcycle out of the Batcave. I've given Alfred a cheeky glance. He's like, all right, go on, do your thing.
Yeah.
And as soon as I get out, I like there's like a little hill maybe going
Mm.
down, and then like
Mm-hmm.
I jump on the bike, I let it just kind of idle down, and then as it's kind of hitting peak speed, I turn it on and then crank the
Yeah.
accelerator and fucking rip out.
So
Yeah.
what kind of motorized cycle are we talking about here? It's not a dirt bike, I'm sure. Is it like
No,
a
this is
Yamaha or something?
yeah, probably, or like an old Honda maybe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, oh man, why'd you ask me that question? No, I'm gonna have to.
Now we're off on a little, it's an
Yeah.
old GM trick saying, I need to buy
Uh,
myself some time to quickly read up on the East River. What kind of motorcycle do you drive?
right. What kind of motorcycle? Well, the yeah, it's definitely an old Honda. God, this thing is
Mm-hmm.
gorgeous. Red red Honda. There's probably some chrome on it, but it's mostly like red, black, and yellow to fit the theme, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, as well as some. It's probably got like I don't know, not really like what's it called? Not like Batman iconography, but more Robin
Mm.
iconography, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, Robin motorcycle in the 80s. What did Robin? What did cartoon Robin drew? He drove like, kind of like a or yeah, he rode kind of what do you call those things? They're a little more they've got a lot of body on them. Uh
Okay.
almost like
Like a racing cycle kind of thing,
yeah,
or
exactly. Almost looks like a Ducati these days, you know. There's just
oh right.
like a lot of plastic
Mm-hmm.
on them.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. I'm going for the Honda.
Yeah. Classic.
Way cooler. Yeah, almost like yeah, because I wouldn't even though Penny would drive like an old like World War II, like you know, fucking US Army motorcycle with like a soft tail.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Robin in the 80s would ride one of those.
Yeah, no.
So that's what I'm riding.
All right.
Yeah, and it looks fucking great. looks looks real good. I feel great riding it. I feel like a real grown up, you know, for the first time. I'm
Yep.
like, oh man, I'm out here doing my thing. One
Yep.
day I'm gonna be doing this. I'm not even gonna need Bruce's help. He's gonna be begging me for help.
Oh my God.
And I'm gonna make him buy
Begging
me a
you for
Taco
help.
Bell. Totally.
Right.
Like,
Right.
I'll help you, dude, but you gotta buy me a cheesy gordita
God.
crunch.
Oh my God. Don't think they had those in 86.
Well,
All right. So very good. So
oh wait, do we have some music? Do we have music today?
we do. Are you not getting any background music from Roll20 right now?
I'm not.
Interesting. Interesting.
Classic.
Yeah. This
Classic
is
roll 20.
maybe I
Oh,
have to
there
share
we
my
go.
sound.
There we go.
Interesting. Okay, so you can hear it if I share it through my computer. That's interesting. Okay.
Okay.
So only I have been hearing the atmospheric music.
True.
Curses.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I hear it now.
Okay.
And it's great.
It's kind of our go-to. What's it called? This track is called Attitude.
Ooh,
No, this
dark.
track
Is it
is
Dark
called
City?
Dark City. Yes.
Yeah. So good.
Mhm.
Really good.
All right, but I feel like I should also put on something to represent the fact that you are making your way into the bad part of town. So
Oh yeah.
we'll just bring in some City Under Siege on this as well.
Ooh.
All right. So yeah, the East River. It's like I say, as you're sort of cruising the streets, you're seeing all this evidence of like, faded grandeur, right? Like there's these
Mhm.
these old like Art Deco style facades that are now like covered in soot and industrial grime, and
Graffiti everywhere.
graffiti. Yeah, like there's a billboard for like pink 7 Up, but it's all covered in graffiti. you know
Pink 7 Up. So good. Vanilla Coke or marshmallow Coke. What do they have back
Oh
then?
yeah, vanilla Coke for sure. Yeah. And yeah, the theaters have all been turned into like porno theaters.
Sweet.
It's like Biff Tannen reality Hill Valley, like
Oh God.
1985 Biff Tannen Hill Valley.
There we go. Yeah. I was just thinking, I was like, where's the Trump character? There's got to be one.
Yeah, exactly. I need to find out who the mayor is at this point. See if I can turn him into the Trump character. Um, but anyway, but yeah, you can see this kind of faded grandeur. The formerly luxurious hotels are now like rent by the hour kind of establishments, and yeah, but closer to the river, there is kind of a more thriving nightlife scene. There's a series of music clubs, which, according to this book, quote, produce a thriving brand of urban blues.
Urban blues?
It's basically just like the movie Roadhouse all the time down there, I guess.
I found my people.
The Jeff Healey band is in permanent residence at every single one of these clubs.
I almost suggested casting Commissioner Gordon as Patrick Swayze.
Patrick Swayze. Oh yeah.
We
gotta find a
Gordon.
good role for Swayze for sure.
Definitely.
We need our Swayze representation.
Always.
But yeah, that it's also very, very much a sort of gang dominated neighborhood. Presumably these gangs have more than 8 members. But everything from like, petty street crimes to drug trafficking, and so forth. And so let me see what you find on patrol. So
yeah,
let's see. I said it was about 2 a.m. Do you intend to just patrol till sunrise, basically?
I would say so. Maybe like 3 or 4 hours. Like I want to be out here long enough to prove myself. Like I want to get in a fight. I'm definitely looking for people. I'm looking to target drug dealers first of all.
Okay.
And then kind of go after that. But yeah, I'm just kind of on the lookout for whatever. But I want to prove myself tonight. Okay. That way I can, when we're watching the news in the morning or whatever Bruce does.
You're right.
Maybe I'll show up on there and be like, yeah, that was me, Bruce. While you were sleeping, I was out doing the job. I was
out practicing the sword.
That's right.
Or mastering the sword.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just review really quickly here. Robin learns a lesson. Quote, if the Batman ever prohibits Robin from participating in a case the Cape Crusader feels is too dangerous. Now, this wasn't an explicit prohibition, but you are disobeying him.
Yeah.
But Robin goes ahead and joins in against his mentor's will. The Boy Wonder receives an extra standard award for the adventure as long as he sustains no killing damage throughout the case and he and the Batman defeat the villains. So I would be willing to go like halfway on this and just say like maybe you get a little bit of a bump on your hero points or something.
I'm okay with that.
As long as you receive no killing damage. But remember,
right,
each and every rap of killing damage that Robin sustains during any adventure, Batman loses 10 hero points.
Sorry, Des.
Oh my god. But he automatically receives 5 hero points for any. Oh no, that's an adventure in which he specifically gives it to you, saying, "Here, Robin, why don't you handle this?" Okay. All right, that's fine. So, very good, very good. All right, so I'm going to roll. This is the one time in the game, apparently, that you roll percentile dice.
Oh, wow.
Weirdly enough, yeah. And it's even weirder because, obviously it's like a random encounter. There's a range of outcome, like I roll on for each hour. So we're going to have 3, we'll say 4. We'll give you 4 chances to find something going on. The weird thing though is that it isn't just like, a 20% chance. So if you roll 20 or under, something happens. It gives these weird ranges, and the ranges vary. So like this one neighborhood is minimum 10, max 30. So that means if I roll percentile and my result is between 10 and 30, something happens. But if it's less than 10 or more than 30, nothing happens.
Oh, weird.
And but then elsewhere it's like minimum 40, max 80. So like the window shifts, and I'm trying for the life of me to understand why they did that, and I cannot. I mean, I've read over it multiple times. There doesn't seem to be any particular reason for putting it like that, other than I guess just to keep people on their toes. I don't know.
Right? So, yeah. It gives you a reason to look at the table, I guess.
Prevent you from we get it. Prevent the players from figuring out a pattern. I don't know.
Right. Just genius at work, dude. That's all this is.
Genius at work. All right, so let me check. Oh, wow. East River is a hopping kind of place. So, all right. Looks like Robin's going to find something on his first hour of patrolling. Let's see what that might be.
And I'm totally I'm like speeding down these streets. Like,
okay. Goddamn kids.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Cape fucking blasting behind me.
Hell yeah.
I've got cool goggles on that, kind of look like my Robin mask.
Yeah.
Corey Feldman hair.
Yeah.
Blowing in the wind.
Absolutely.
I probably have some kind of mask on too. Like just like something that's like goes over my nose and mouth, just so I don't get like a bunch of bees hitting me in the face or whatever.
Bees? Specifically bees, not flies.
Yeah, specifically
or gnats,
bees.
But
yeah,
bees.
No.
You got a deadly fear, because that happened to your uncle once. He's riding a motorcycle and a bee just went right down his throat. It's disgusting.
I've seen oh fuck, what is that movie? It's not Stand By Me. It's what I'm talking about.
My Girl?
My Girl. The kid dies from bee stings. I saw one too many times.
Oh, but look at this art on this page here. So it's got, Batman and Robin jumping out of the Batmobile.
Oh,
so it's got Batgirl on a motorcycle, and that looks exactly like the motorcycle you picked up. So
oh my god!
Isn't that cool?
On brand.
On brand.
Batgirl. Look at her. So hot.
I know.
Good for her.
Good for her. Good for her. Taking her power back. Until the Joker shoots her. All right. So anyway.
Oh god.
All right.
Well, Joker.
Speaking of that,
you really do be out there doing shit.
He is out there. He is out there. Okay, so speaking of all that, you round a bend, and you're just you're maybe a couple blocks away from the entertainment district, we'll say. And you see a little gaggle of guys. They're all like clearly street punks, right? Because they've got their leather jackets and their mohawks and shit, right? And and let's see here. They would be sporting the iconography of, let's see. It's like kind of like a Chinese dragon, but it's like blue. It's like in hues of blue. And anyway, it looks like some kind of beatdown is going on, because you see they're kind of gathered around presumably somebody, because they're like delivering a bunch of kicks with their steel-toed boots, and they've got baseball bats in their hands and chains and shit. So yeah, they're just beating the shit out of some poor sap.
Holy shit.
So let's let me see if they.
How many of these guys are there?
Yeah, well, it's impossible to say because you're speeding around the corner, right?
Oh, shit, yeah.
I'm gonna say they hear that automatically. I mean, I don't
yeah.
You're not trying to be stealthy, so
no, not at all.
So yeah, what do you want to do? I mean, you kind of have a split second to make a decision here. What do you want to do?
I think stealth is the old man's thing, So
sure.
So I probably as soon as I see this going on, I probably slam on the brakes and kind of Kaneda style, like skid the skid the motorcycle on
Yeah.
both wheels, like going forward,
Yep.
until my foot plants. I look at these guys. I assume that they stop what they're doing and they look at me because I've made
They
such
do
a
pause. Yes,
yeah.
absolutely.
Um, and as they're kind of looking at me, I put the kickstand down on the bike, dismount, and what weapons do I have? I just have the batarang, huh?
You have the Robin Ring. Yeah.
Yeah, the Robin ring. Man, I wish I had that. When did Robin get his like bow staff?
When did Robin get his 357?
Yeah. When does Robin get his Dirty Harry?
I would imagine that. I don't know. That sounds vaguely familiar to me, but maybe that's maybe that's like Robin 3 or something. I
Yeah,
don't
that
know.
might be a new thing.
Yeah.
I can't remember. But all right, so yeah, I get off there, I take my
So
mask off or whatever.
remember, yeah. Oh, I was gonna say take your full mask off. Like,
Oh.
hello, it's me, Jason Todd.
No, I take off my anti-bee mask.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So do remember though that you do have the Omni gadget,
I
which
do.
allows you to replicate any 5-point power.
Yeah,
So
let me look at
so
those.
you've got your Batarang, or you could have maybe something else in your utility belt that could help you out, like fog, for instance. You might have smoke pellets
I did
or
like the
whatever.
fog,
Yeah.
but I used that one, so I can't use it again.
Oh, that's right.
All
That's right.
all bat powers only happen once.
Yes. Well, yeah. In fact, Omni gadgets. Yeah. I mean, technically, this is a new session, so I don't know.
True.
I'm gonna have to look up Omni gadgets here while we're talking and just see what the limits are on those. But yeah, if you want to think about it, you can certainly
Holy
use
shit.
one. Hmm.
And I remember the base power or the base cost can be five or less, and I
Five
can
or
use it.
less. Yeah. Hmm.
And invulnerability is a 5.
Okay. So like you have a bulletproof vest on or something.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah.
Solar sustenance is a
Vitamin
5.
D tablets. You have vitamin D
Okay.
tablets.
Okay, good. Ice control, that's pretty fucking badass.
That's cool.
Full vision, directional hearing, languages. Oh, that's cool. Ooh, chameleon. That's fucking dude. I'm totally gonna do the chameleon thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that sounds awesome. Cause I just have this idea of me like total predator style, like hitting a thing on my chest, and then it just like
Hmm.
invisibility cloak, and then I just go around and like beating the shit out of these guys.
Okay.
That's the goal. That's the goal.
That is the goal. Okay.
Oh, dude,
Um.
Aura of Fear base cost 30. I need to get that. Need to
Ooh.
get me some of that.
Yeah.
Mind blank, microscopic vision those are 5s. Radar sense, recall, speak with animals, 5.
Ooh, that's cool.
Super hearing, super ventriloquism, suspension, thermal vision, telescopic vision. Oh, time travel is 500.
Okay. You have a 500 point Omni gadget.
Just so you know. Just so you know.
Oh,
This one
Lord.
this one says joined. I don't even know what that means. Joined.
Hmm.
Base cost
Maybe
5.
psychically joined? I don't know.
Maybe. And then magic sense. I could sense magic. I cast
Okay.
sense magic every room. I sense magic. I sense magic.
God. Oh, Jesus. Well, it says here, an Omni gadget may be used for one battle or for a duration of time equal to its AP rating, whichever is shorter. Omni gadgets may never possess skills or advantages. Okay. They have but one single ability, their AP rating. Okay. Okay. Whether or
Right.
not
So
an Omni gadget may be taken away.
so for one battle, I can't be like, oh, I have air walking, and then someone speaking Arabic, and I can't change it to languages.
Right. Oh, here we go. Omni gadgets can be replaced after they have been used, just like any other gadget.
Oh,
Although it is not necessary to buy parts to replace an Omni gadget. Okay. So pay the hero point cost. No gadget rolls are necessary. Da, da, da. The entire device can be rebuilt in 2 days' time. Okay. All right. So basically, so you used your smoke bomb, which means you used your Omni gadget. Okay. So it's basically a one-use thing, but you then pay 10 hero points, and in 2 days you get your Omni gadget refreshes. Basically.
Oh, so okay. So do I still have the fog machine?
You don't, because you used it, and and basically it goes back to just being an Omni gadget. So like if you wanted it to be a fog machine or fog smoke pellets or whatever, again, that's fine, but there's this sort of time delay in between
of 2 days. So I'm good. So I'm raw dogging this fight.
You're raw dogging it. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Oh boy, here we go.
Ah boy.
Well, I've got the batarang. I've got the robin ring.
Yeah.
And I've got a radio in case I need to call the cops.
Help!
My batarang, it's the batarang with rope.
Yeah.
So I can like martial artist fucking Jackie Chan these motherfuckers. Maybe that's the new goal. But Predator Omni gadget inbound. Just a couple days here, okay?
All right. Duly noted. All right, so I'm gonna say there's 4 of these guys. So you have sort of brought your motorcycle to a screeching halt. You're looking at them. They're looking back at you. A couple of them actually look around, like they look up at the rooftops.
Oh, right.
And one of them goes, "Hey, where's your guardian?"
Oh my god, I almost spoken movie quotes. So I can't just me, baby. just me.
Just me, baby.
Army of Darkness.
Right.
So yeah, I shake my head and I'm like, I don't need him to take care of punks like you.
Ooh, good one.
Thanks.
Do you want to try and intimidate them? Like,
yes, I do.
All right. So, that would be. Do you want to intimidate all of them all at once?
Do any of them? Is there a bruiser amongst the crew? Are these guys all the same?
They look about the same.
Okay.
There's yeah.
Then I guess I'll try to intimidate the group.
Yes. Okay. So your acting value is your influence, since that's better than your charisma. And let me see here. You're doing a multi-attack, basically.
Yeah, multi-attack with the inf of 6.
Okay. Influence of 6, multi-attack on 4. Okay. All right, so you're going to be going uphill against a 2 column shift penalty, but we'll see how that goes. And so a 6, you say?
A 6.
All right. They're resisting with their aura of 2. So normally that is a 7 or better, but with the 2 column shift, it's an 11 or better. And you can spend upwards of 6 hero points.
I'm going to do that.
Okay.
So I'm going to spend 3. I'll spend 4.
Spending 4 is the same as spending 3. If you spent 5, though, that would bump you up a level.
I'll do 5 then.
Okay. So that makes it a 5 or better.
5 or better. Let's go.
Not too bad.
17.
Doom! All right.
Yo!
So 1, 2, 3. 3 column shifts in your favor.
My God, yes.
And then we're going to bump it back 2 because of the multi-attack. So that'll just be the 1 column shift, though.
Still
and
good.
then we're using your charisma of 5 against their aura of 2 again.
Or are we using my influence of 6?
No, because wait a minute. Hold on, let me see here. Intimidation is influence. Let's see here. Attack value. Okay. Resistance value is spirit. Oh yeah, it is still your influence. Well, I guess it's just the effect value. Oh yeah, it's your effect value. Duh. Okay. So it's your effect value is normally your aura, and their spirit is the resistance value. Okay. There we go. Okay. At the end of the day, it's all the same because they have an aura and an influence of 2.
Nice.
Both.
Oh,
but
nice.
So in this case, yeah, your charisma substitutes for your aura because your aura is a 4, right?
Yes.
And your charisma is a 5. Okay. So 5 versus 2. And then we got 1 column shift. So that is actually you do 5 raps. You do 5 raps against these guys.
Bro. Yeah,
wow.
I lay down the saucy line, like I don't need him to take care of punks like you. And then there's a shot of Robin's chiseled calves, or one of them, and you see the batarang like drop down like with the rope, and it's like
wow. Okay. So it says intimidated target remains intimidated for amount of time equal to the raps earned minus their spirits. So that's 3 AVs, which is 32 seconds. Okay. I believe combat rounds are 10 seconds apiece. So you basically have 3 combat rounds in which these guys are going to remain intimidated. During a combat phase, any intimidated characters always move after all characters who are not intimidated. So we don't have to worry about initiative.
Wow. That's good.
With the intimidated character with the highest initiative total moving first among the intimidated characters. Also, an intimidated character can be automatically prevented from taking any hostile actions or moving by his or her intimidator, though the intimidator cannot perform any dice actions during a phase in which he or she exerts control over any intimidated targets. Interesting. Okay. The intimidator's control over the target is limited to preventing him or her from taking hostile actions or moving. The intimidator can never compel the target to act in any other way or dictate the actions of the target. Okay, so we are still going to roll initiative just so that I'm just rolling for them as a group. So actually that doesn't even matter. Although I guess technically, what's your initiative bonus?
Plus 18.
It's 18. Okay, yeah, there's no way I could beat you. So yeah, we'll just assume I'm losing the initiative each time. And so I will be declaring my actions first. So you have clearly spooked them. They are going to fan out and just try to bum rush you basically all at once. So what would you like to do?
Oh man. I'm going to move closer, spinning my batarang on the rope. Just like ready to start like swinging this thing around and putting these fools out of commission. So I'm also just going to be kind of like moving forward and positioning myself. That's not a dice action though. So I wonder, what would mechanically, what would benefit me more? What should I stop them from moving, or do I want them kind of spread out?
Let's see.
Cinematically, it's cooler if they're spread out because then I can start taking them on.
Correct. Also, the wording here seems to indicate that you can only exert that control over one person at a time, even if you have multiple people intimidated.
Okay. Well, that's fine then. Then I'll let them kind of do their thing. Yeah, as long as they've stopped, boot party on this fool or whatever.
Yeah.
Can I get a look at this guy now that they've stopped? Does this look like an innocent person? Does it just look like another street thug? Or
It does look like some innocent bystander who got, wrong place at the wrong time situation.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. So I know I'm doing the right thing. And
Mm-hmm.
even if it was a street thug, maybe I'll save him and then turn him straight.
Right, right.
All right. So yeah, I think we just spend the first round of combat just like positioning ourselves. Um I'm taking mental note of where everyone is located. I'm swinging around the batarang on the rope, ready to start launching it at dudes. And making sure that I have distance between every one of these guys so that I'm setting myself up for the, the badassery that's about to follow.
All right, so like you can set a condition, for example, so you can say like I will wait until one of these guys gets within a certain amount of distance and then I'll throw the batarang at him or something like that, right? If you want to let them make the first move.
Yeah, I kind of want to let them make the first move. So I'm going to let them make the first move, but if anybody tries to do anything like get too close or draw a weapon, I want to use my intimidation power to stop one of them from doing so.
Okay. Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so remember these guys have like baseball bats and chains, so they are armed. And technically I rolled assault with a deadly weapon.
Wow.
So I think they are going to be doing killing damage.
Okay.
Say less. Playing for keeps.
Let's go.
Say less. All right, so they start moving in on you. And yeah, they're all coming in simultaneously.
Are they kind of spread out? Are they all in one cluster? What's the formation?
They are spread out. They are spread out. So like just kind of a semicircular arc around you.
Awesome. Good.
So we'll say there's 2 guys with bats, 2 guys with chains. We're just in full double dragon mode at this point.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
before we get started, can we take a quick break?
Oh yes.
Thank you.
Let's do so.
Okay.
Indeed. Okay. All right. I realized I forgot to put the skirmish music on anyway, so we'll get that going here. There we go.
Oh, oops. Yeah.
Suitably.
Great track
here. Oh yeah.
Great track.
All right. Okay, so here we go. Now I was just glancing here at the actions. So I've mentioned, automatic actions, dice actions. Specifically, it says here when it's a character's turn in combat, she or he can perform up to 3 actions, but only one of these actions can be a dice action. The character could, for example, move, automatic action, pick up an object, automatic action, and then throw the object at something, dice action. Or move, automatic action, punch the villain, dice action, and summon the police via radio, automatic action. 3 actions may be performed in any order. The dice action does not have to come first or last, and the character does not have to perform all 3 actions if the player so desires.
Interesting.
Well, there you go. Gives you a little something to work with there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Wirklich. So, yes. So what would you like to do as they're moving in on you? You said you wanted to target one of these guys, right?
Yeah, like I said, if they start drawing weapons or whatever, I want to prevent.
Oh, they're drawn.
Okay, I want to prevent. I guess I would prevent 2 of them from drawing over the course of their intimidation. Or if I prevented one from drawing it, would they just draw it the second round?
Well, you could we'll see. Okay, so again, like the weapons are out already because they were beating this guy down with a deadly weapon.
True.
So I'm trying to think. I mean, you could just prevent a guy from advancing, but yeah, it's only good for the 1 round. So
Do they get any kind of other penalties for being intimidated? Are there?
They just automatically move after you do.
Okay. And there's 4 of these guys?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to attack 2 at a time. Maybe that's what we'll do. So the first round we spend positioning ourselves.
Okay.
And then the second round, I'm going to start swinging. So anyways, I started blasting.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah. And this is with the batarang on the rope. So I'm like swinging it around and then, fucking kick it. I've got martial arts training.
Yes.
So I'm like kicking it. It's flying around my neck. I'm total fucking 80s
Right.
martial arts movie here.
Yes, indeed. All right, cool. I like that. Let's see if there's anything.
To imagine Corey Feldman doing this.
Oh my God. All right, so
maybe it's less martial artsy and more action hero-y.
Well,
but
yes. So there is something called a flailing attack, which
sounds like it.
A flailing attack is the opposite of a critical blow. It is a slow, deliberate attack that places a higher premium on striking the target than upon inflicting damage. So the defender's opposing value against the flailing attack is decreased by 2 column shifts, while their resistance value is increased by 3. In hand-to-hand combat, a flailing attack might represent a feint or flurry of quick, less powerful blows. So you could use that to offset your multi-attack penalty, for example.
I like that idea.
Yeah. Okay.
And it is just the point here is to just get as many attacks in as I can.
Yeah.
So I'm not really going for here's the one killing blow. I'm just bam, bam, bam. The batarang is flying around. The rope is getting, shot out, popped in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like that. All right, so let's see here. You have a dex of 6, and your martial arts is a 6 as well. So really, again, we're using your martial arts more as the effect value for your strength,
right,
rather than the acting value. All right, so we've got a 6. Their dex is a 3, so that gives us a 9. Now, you are flailing, so that gives you 2 column shifts in your favor, but then you are multi-attacking, so that bumps you back 1. So currently you need a 7 or better. And if you spent
spending points,
5 hero points, that would give you a 3 or better.
All right, that's what I'm doing.
Sure. Makes sense. Let me know if the music's too loud, by the way.
It's good for me, but I may be quiet.
No, you're good.
Okay.
It's always worse on the listener's end for some reason. So.
Oh my God, I got another 17, exact same roll as last time. A 9 and an 8.
Look at that. All right, cool. So we've got 1, 2, 3 column shifts again.
Shoo.
All right, cool. All right, so we're substituting your martial arts for your strength, which is a 6. Their body is a 3. All right, so 6 versus 3.
Bro.
And then now's where we get into the wild column shifting, because you're multi-attacking and flailing. So that actually gives them 4 column shifts in their favor. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. I do the column? No, I didn't apply the column shifts though. Okay, so we have 4 column shifts in their favor, and then you earned 3, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so that's 1 column shift net. Okay. So as it stands now, that gives you 1 wrap. Remember, you need to do 3 wraps to take these guys out. Mm-hmm. And I think you can spend hero points on results. Let me just double check that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll spend points to start taking these guys out.
Yeah. Let me see here. So because if so, then I have some very good news for you. Let's see here. Okay. Each hero point spent increases the AV, EV, OV, or RV by 1 AP. Okay. Yeah. All right. So, however, I do have some hero points I can work with here as well.
True.
So I'm going to start out. I'm just going to tell you right off the bat, I'm spending 3 hero points per dude to bump their body up to 6.
Holy shit.
Okay. And so that is going to have a certain effect. Now, what would you like to do?
Can I match that 3?
You can. You certainly can.
I do.
In fact, I would even go so far as to say, let me see here. Let me just make sure I'm doing all this correctly. So you have an effective 6 against their 3. You had a net of a +1 column shift. Okay. So under normal circumstances, you would be doing 3 wraps against them, which would be enough to take them out.
Right.
I'm spending 3 hero points myself, which takes me to a 4, which means 2 wraps. Now, all you have to do is spend 1 hero point, and now you're doing 4 wraps against them.
Spending 1 hero point.
Boom. Per guy.
Oh, per guy. So 3 total. Or how many guys?
2.
4? 2.
You were multi-attacking 2.
Right.
Okay, good. Cool. Well, technically by the genre rules, that's as many as you can attack. So anyway.
Oh, yeah.
If you remember, we're doing 80s Batman genre rules. So
right. Yes. Perfect.
Okay.
All by design. We remembered that entirely.
Yes. Well, I just take that to mean in combat. Like I feel like you can multi-attack more than 2 guys with an intimidation, for example. I mean,
sure. Yeah, definitely.
Come on.
All
right. Great. So this is awesome. So basically these guys are charging in and you do the sort of wuxia kata routine.
Totally.
And it's just like ka-doink, 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 and then now there's 2 guys just laid out on the ground, basically.
Hell yeah. And the batarang comes back to me. I'm swinging it around still.
Well, here come the other 2 guys, so they're gonna come at you with their killing attack. So let's see. Do they have martial arts? They do not. Okay. So
this could go really
they have
bad.
a dex of 3, and what is your dex? A 6?
6.
Okay, cool. So I need a 13 or better normally. I'm gonna say, I mean, they are kind of doing a team attack, so that gives me 1 column shift in my favor. So now I need an 11 or better. If I spend 4 hero points, I can make that a 7 or better. Would you like to spend hero points to offset that?
How many do I need to spend?
If you spend, well, you can spend up to 6, and you are. Oh wait, let me make sure I'm on the right column. Okay, there we are. Okay, that's right. I column shifted over 1 for the team attack, and then I'm spending 4. There I am. Okay, so there I am on the table, 7 or better. Now, you can spend, let's see here. You can spend up to 6, but I don't think you have to spend that whole ass amount. If you spent 5, that would make it a 13 or better.
I'm going to do that.
Basically get it back to where we started.
That's cool though. That's a cool mechanic. It's like, I get this huge bonus, and I'm like, I guess I'll drain my hero points and not get back down.
They're trying everything they can. They're team attacking you. They're spending hero points, so it's forcing you to counteract that as best you can.
Awesome.
Okay. So I need a 13 or better. So let me do that. Let me see what I can roll on the advanced dice roller there. Okay. All right. 2, a D10, please.
Oh,
14.
14.
Oh, no. Okay. All right. So I did have an effect. Now my strength is a 2. What is your body?
My body is 4.
All right. Not bad. So I am going to spend my last remaining hero point for each one of these guys to do 1 wrap of killing damage against you. And remember, you're having to spend hero points per dude. So those 5 points, it was actually 10, right?
Oh, fuck. Okay.
So if you spent, you said your body is a 4?
4, correct.
4. So all you have to do is spend 1 point per dude to nullify that.
I'm doing that.
Okay.
Currently have 69 hero points.
Nice. Can't get away from it.
Oh,
All
no.
right. Okay. Wow. So new round. Brutal. Yeah. So you're just barely dodging out of the way of these. Like a chain goes whizzing right past your head. Like could have easily cracked your skull. Next dude comes in low, tries to kneecap you with his baseball bat. You just barely pull your leg back just in time. You can feel the breeze on your leg.
Oh yeah. Well, I probably did a standing backflip actually.
Oh, actually, I'll do a standing backflip.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Good enough. So all right. So then we are on to the next turn. So or phase rather. So remember we have 3 phases that they are intimidated. Right. So again, you're automatically going to go before them. Mm-hmm. However, and there's no way I can beat your initiative, so we're not even going to bother rolling that. So they're just going to press their attack. They're going to keep up their team attack against you. However, I'm out of hero points now, so factor that in.
And there's only 2 guys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a critical blow on one of them.
Nice. Okay. Totally.
Is that what it's called?
That is what it's called.
Right.
Yep.
Playing by the rules.
Chain or bat? Not that it really matters, but just for flavor's sake.
Yeah, I'm gonna go after the guy with the bat.
Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. So, all right. You have a dex of 6. They have a dex of 3. That means normally you would need a 9 or better. However, you're doing a critical blow, which is 2 column shifts penalty, which makes it a 13 or better. If you spent 5 hero points, that would make it a 7 or better.
What I've done.
Okay.
All right, here we go. A 13. Nice. A column shift.
So you even get 2 column shifts out of that, actually.
Woo! Oh my god.
Plus 3 more from the critical blow.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, we don't even really need. My only question to you is: are you doing killing damage or not?
I think subconscious. Maybe I do, but I don't know it. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
That way it kind of gets a little spicy later when it's like, oh, street thug, killed by, some random blah blah blah.
All right. Just remember, you'll get no hero points for this little outing if you do.
Oh, that's right. Fuck. All right. No killing.
All right. Damn it.
I know. That's such a good yeah, you can kill him, but no hero points, and I'm bleeding hero points at this point, so.
Yeah. Okay, so let's just see, for sake of argument. So with, what did I say? 5 column shifts? Jesus Christ. Okay, 5 column shifts.
I do want to knock him back though. Like this dude fucking goes, gets knocked into goddamn Canada.
Gets knocked to Metropolis.
Totally.
All right, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so you're using your martial arts as your effect value, so that's a 6. And I got an X plus 3 result from your column shifts. So you actually do 9 wraps.
Oh my god.
9 wraps of 9. Jesus Christ. Okay, 9 wraps of damage. So if you had been doing killing damage, so basically if you reduce someone to 0 body, rather, if you reduce someone to 0 body, they're knocked out.
Right.
And then that's as much as you can do normally. However, if you're doing killing damage, then we go into the negatives. They're not dead until they hit their body in negatives.
Right.
So in other words, you would have to do 6 wraps against this guy to kill him, and you just did 9. So you would have just flat out. I mean, you would have snapped his neck or broken his skull and just killed him instantly,
So good. Well,
Yeah.
I get pleasure in knowing I could have and didn't.
That's right. Yeah, you pull your I don't know, what were you doing? Were you still using the batarang or
So I imagine time kind of like freezing a little bit while I'm mid somersault dodging all these weapons.
Yeah.
I land, do a 3-point landing, and then sweep underneath his feet to like knock him down on the ground.
Yeah.
And then swing the batarang on the rope, and basically like clock him right upside the head, and there's like a fraction of a second where like I know the blade of the batarang could like go right over his throat, and just fucking clear his larynx, but I don't do that. Instead, I just like put him down. He is bleeding a bit, but he won't die.
All right. Love that. So last guy, or there's one guy left. This is the last phase as well that he's going to be intimidated. So
I'm gonna
obviously he's going to keep attacking you, but what would you like to do?
I'm gonna say he can't move.
Yeah, you're gonna tell him to stop right there, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, well, is there a benefit for doing this on the last turn? If there's nothing else I can do,
I'm gonna
because then we have to roll for initiative, right? So I could be like, stop right there, and then get punched in the face.
Well, again, I can't beat your initiative with a +6.
Right.
So, and he's out of hero points. I'm going to say if you tell him to stop, that's going to stop the combat because he's going to like kind of see what's going on.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna look at So I look at him now, and I've got the batarang still twirling.
Yeah.
And I say I can do this all night.
Classic. All right. All right. So he, it snaps him out of his sort of adrenalinized, battle frenzy, and he looks down and he sees like two of his compatriots just rolling on the ground and one of them just lying there inert, and then he looks back at you, drops his chain, and just turns and runs.
Hell yeah. I'm like so stoked. Yeah. So, totally getting Taco Bell after this. And so I go I go to the guys who are kind of like rolling around, I don't even pay attention. I'm just like, get up and get your friend and get out of here.
Yeah.
And then I walk over to the civilian and I kind of like get down on my haunches, and I look at this dude and I offer him a hand up and I'm like, are you okay? Do you need help?
Okay. So, let's see here. Let's figure out who this guy might be. So we're nearby to the music district. In fact, you can hear the Jeff Healey band wailing away.
And
nearby.
I do have street connections low.
That's true.
So I may even know this dude, or maybe he becomes a connection later on.
I like that. Yeah. Let's see here. Let's double check what connections can do for you. Let's see. Those are powers. Don't need those. There we go. Connection. Okay. A low-level connection allows a slight acquaintance with an individual. The character met the person once and is on friendly terms with him or her. Or contact with someone in the lower ranks of an organization. A low-level connection can often provide somewhat useful information when questioned, but will not usually know everything that his or her organization knows, or must be persuaded to reveal information he or she knows to the character. Okay. All right. So let me just make a little roll here. So would you like to, leverage that? Like maybe this is somebody that you do know? a low level someone or other, or just have him be a random person?
Let's just make him random for now.
Okay. So yeah, you said you're offering a hand.
Yeah. I'm like, let's get you out of here.
All right. So yeah, it does indeed appear to be someone who was just maybe, out for a night on the town and was, so as he gets up, he's like, "Oh, thank you, Robin. Uh I was just walking back to my car. I think I'd had a little bit too much. These guys got the drop on me."
Drinking and driving, huh?
Yeah, so he looks a little abashed.
Yeah. I'm like, let's get you a cab.
Oh, nice. Okay. You radio in. Or
Yeah,
radio for a
exactly.
cab.
Yeah, totally. Radio for a cab. And I, sit and hang out with him. I'm like, and I might even give him a little lecture, like, hey man, like, you need to be careful when you're around here. If I hadn't shown up, who knows? You could be in the hospital, you could be dead.
Yeah, he shakes his head ruefully and he says, I know it. I know it. I shouldn't even be coming around this part of town, honestly. I mean, I'm an attorney. I could certainly afford to go to better places, but I just like the music at these clubs,
I get it. It's sick.
Sick sad world.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's just kind of quiet for a while, and he says, well, I was planning on attending the big event at the Manchester Viaduct tomorrow, but I think I'm just gonna stay home and rest up a little bit.
What event is that? Do I know?
Probably because there's just a lot of chatter about it. It's the aforementioned appearance of the president and the premier. But yeah, the Manchester Viaduct is a horse racing track.
Right. Yeah, I'd say best stay home. I'm sure it'll be on TV.
Yeah. I'm not much for horse racing anyway.
And then I guess whenever the cab pulls up, I'll like get on the bike, and I'm like, stay safe out there.
He just kind of nods. He's obviously a little dazed from everything that just happened.
Yeah, probably got a cracked rib or two, I'm sure. Yeah, and then I get on the bike and yeah, exactly. And then fucking peel out. Probably back home. Probably back to the Batcave.
Gonna head back home. Okay.
I think so. I mean, I did what I set out to do. I came out here. I proved myself. This is where Batman failed, and I succeeded. And I succeeded.
Oh, brutal.
4v1. 1-0. 1-0.
That's true. That's impressive.
Yeah. So yeah, and these guys had some pretty gnarly, pretty rough weapons, and these guys were totally trying to kill me.
Yeah.
And although I'm cocky, I don't want to push my luck too hard.
Yeah. All right, sounds good. Let me see how Batman made out on things while you were gone.
Yeah.
Get those stats in front of me here.
Would something like that? Well, he's an attorney, so there's a chance that this could make it to the news somehow. Like if he went to the hospital and was like, "Oh yeah, I got beat up, and Robin came and saved me."
Yeah. Certainly, it would get out to the, like he'd talk about it for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's see here. All right, just gonna make a roll here. Okay. All right. For record, I spent 10 of Desiree's hero points. She's like, hey.
Yeah. It's still only rolled an 8.
Yeah, I know, right? It was good though. That made the difference. That would have been a fail otherwise.
Ooh.
So just gonna make that note there. Okay. All right. So you arrive back at the Batcave. You know that by this point Bruce will have retired.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to sleep sometime, and
Yeah.
Since he's currently engaged in a subplot of trying to get sleep,
Yeah, and I come in just as sneaky as I came out, like turn the power off, turn the light off.
Yeah.
Just walk the bike into the Batcave.
Yep. Okay. So you walk the bike in, and let me see here. Let me take a look at this here Batcave map. So I'm curious what the layout is that we're dealing with here. Whether you'd be able to see certain sensitive information on your way back to the little thingamabob. Your room, aka your room. There was one room where it was like, it said something like, during the day, Jason Todd is often found here, relaxing or lounging around or something like that. It's kind of funny. I think it was just like the entertainment room or something, Okay, so you're coming in there, and then you got this. Oh yeah, there's the lab right there. Okay, so yeah, so there's a couple levels to this Batcave, and so the lab is upstairs, the computer is downstairs. Okay, all right, so you would see the lab but not the computer. Okay, fine.
I might even sneak around, just be like, I wonder what Bruce found out. While I was out doing work, what the hell was Bruce doing?
You're right.
Smoking his pipe and his peep.
Pontificating.
Yeah, pontificating. Not eating Taco Bell.
Definitely not. You can maintain that physique really only one way. Does not involve Taco Bell runs.
True.
All right.
Sadly.
Yeah. All right. So, very good. So, let's see. Parking your bike, though, you do see that he was at work in the lab, and apparently had run some chemical analysis on that sample of makeup that he had collected. Actually, the makeup and the hay. So you can see the monitors showing the output for these lab analyses.
Yeah, I definitely look at those with interest.
So the makeup smudge is of an adhesive type of pancake makeup. The freshness of the smudge indicates it was wiped on the knob of the crane during the robbery. And there's Batman's notebook, his bat notebook, where he's jotted down one of the criminals in disguise, ? And then the other one, the hay analysis, the computer lists several possible sources for the origin point of the hay stalks. It lists the most likely location as the Manchester Viaduct racetrack due to the analysis of adherence. Other possible sources include equine taxi stables, Dayton Forest Preserve, Gotham Zoo.
Interesting. So I can surmise that somebody perhaps at the racetrack where this big event is going to happen tomorrow is obviously involved in one of these crimes. Maybe they've planted something, or they've been messing around with one of the horses, or perhaps they work there. I'm sure Bruce has figured this out, and I don't want to go through his diary, so
Sure.
um
It's like flipping through Patrick Bateman's day planner.
exactly.
Oh my God.
uh but I do kind of, yeah, I walk around. So that was the lab. Where was the
That
other
was the
part?
lab. So okay, so I'll just tell you
Yeah.
what we're dealing with here. So yeah, you come in through the camouflage door, up a ramp, and there's like a garage slash repair shop, basically, where the vehicles are kept. Um, near to that is two elevators. One elevator goes down to the lower level, but also goes up to the camouflaged hangars that contain the bat plane and bat copter. Um, there's another elevator that goes up to Wayne Manor and down to the lower level as well.
Hmm.
On the lower level, you just happen to know is the Bat computer, the workshop where Bruce works on his gadget designs, his Bat gadgets, and also the famous trophy room with the giant penny and the T-Rex and the Joker card and everything else.
Nice. Yeah, I'd probably go down there to the workroom. One, because I want to see what else Bruce has figured out. And two, I want to start working on my next Omni gadget.
Oh yeah, sure. Okay. Um, sounds good. So
And I
you
probably
t-
go, I probably take all my stuff off too. That way, like
mm-hmm.
if Bruce comes down, I'm not like dressed like Robin.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think you generally we've sort of established that the costumes are kept in the Batcave,
Yeah,
at all times, and you do your dramatic transformation sequence and so forth. So
definitely. My magical girl.
magical girl, exactly. All right. So down you go to the lower level. This is also where the gym and sort of exercise area is located. So the Bat computer, it's like one of these like almost like government computers, like with the banks and banks of like you know drives and servers and memory banks and
Hmm.
whatnot. And then just like this like sort of massive wall of like monitors, larger and smaller, and yeah, you can see that it was in use recently. um this is kind of trying to picture like how it would look. It's like it's got the flying toasters screensaver up. uh
The DVD is like bouncing around
yeah.
the screen.
Except it's like the bat symbol, but it's just like
Yeah.
bouncing around.
And every 5 minutes it perfectly hits the corner and then
Yeah,
bounces
you go,
back.
woo. So but no, I think this is more like kind of it's still text based. We don't have a GUI yet,
Mhm.
so it's all like black screen with green text and all that classic kind of
Nice.
vibe. And so yeah, I think maybe you just kind of give it a glance and you can see he was like running multiple analyses at once and like kind of bringing up various and sundry queries.
Mhm.
For instance, he was looking up that management company, the Wonder Management Company.
Right.
It says cooperative owned and operated by Deaver and Dumfrey Tweed. Management for professional entertainers. Number of clients 0. Um,
So either a failed company or a shell company.
yeah, indeed. Um, but and then some information on the Manchester Viaduct, raided by Gotham police 4 months ago, currently believed to be crime free, considered to be in no man's land by 92% of Gotham street gangs.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, various and
92%.
sundry. Yes, indeed.
Okay.
I know. Who are the 8% of assholes? They're like, I'll fucking fight you right now. It's like, hey, what the hell, man? Calm down.
They're probably the Joker's guys, I guess.
Oh, that's true, actually. Yeah, you're probably right. Just the ones who just do not give a shit.
Yeah, the ones who are totally, completely unhinged.
But something in particular grabs your notice, and you suspect it was maybe the last thing that Bruce pulled up, because it's on the main screen and shows like a bunch of like data analysis was being run, and then just down at the bottom it has this little output that says available evidence indicates MO of Harvey Dent, aka Two-Face.
Oh man, I stop what I'm doing. Maybe I probably had like a glass of water or something like that.
Yeah, it's like a little water cooler.
Yeah, a little water cooler. I'm like drinking the water, looking at this, and then like when I see Harvey Dent, like I drop the glass, and it hits the ground, spills the water out.
Yeah.
And then I, get an angry look over my face as I kind of like stew over this. And yeah, make a fist, all that kind of thing.
Yep.
And yeah, just kind of process this because I know Harvey Dent is Two-Face, right?
Yep.
Okay. And I know Two-Face killed my parents.
Indeed.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm not gonna go easy on you, Two-Face. Like you're going down. I'm gonna get you, sucker.
Oh my god. All right. Yeah. So, and then you're just going to work on your Omni gadget, or are you too upset for that? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I think I'm probably too upset for that. And it's like late. Like it's probably like 4 or 5 in the morning at this point, right?
We're getting on for 4. Yeah, for
4.
sure.
Yeah. And I know Bruce is going to be, and tomorrow's the big day.
Yeah.
So, and there's only so much. I mean, Baja Blast isn't even out yet, so I can't even.
Yeah, but Mountain Dew.
Okay, true. I could get a Mountain Dew. That's only going to take me so far.
Sure.
So
especially after like getting in a life-threatening combat with like 4 refugees from Double Dragon.
True. Yeah, so I probably just go to bed.
Okay.
But maybe I wake up early and go downstairs and start working on my Omni gadget. Or, well, it's 2 days, right, to make a new gadget?
Yeah, it is.
So I can't even is there any way to speed that up?
Apparently not. No, that what you get for an Omni gadget is that normally it's 2 days and you have to pay money to refresh the gadget. But with Omni gadgets, you don't have to pay anything. You don't have to do a wealth check or anything. So, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I guess you could have more than one Omni gadget, if you paid the hero points for it. But
how much is the hero points?
Good question. So yeah, speaking of hero points, I think we can wrap it up here. This is a good place maybe to pause and let Batman come back into the narrative. But that was cool. I love this little patrol mechanic.
So good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I definitely want the chameleon power.
Okay.
Base cost is 5.
Yep.
Page 33 if you're interested.
Okay.
Just
if you're interested.
You're interested.
Let's see what that has to say. Chameleon. Character with this power can alter his or her appearance to resemble any other character. So it's not exactly a predator situation.
Damn.
So this would be like a bat disguise kit, basically,
That's kind of cool too, though.
For greatest effectiveness, the impersonated character should be roughly the same height, weight, and build as the power's user, within 1 foot of height and 20 pounds of weight. The chameleon user's clothing also transforms to resemble that of the target, although no weapons or specialized gear are duplicated. And then yeah. So there you
Okay.
go. What
Maybe not
another
then.
thing I can do is I can post up the gadget rules and you can review them because you can always just build your own gadget. Like I mean, you can buy an Omni gadget, but you can also just build one. If you were so inclined. Like if you're like, oh, I really like those smoke bombs or fog machine or whatever. It's like build them as a gadget, and then your Omni gadget can be used for other things.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Um,
Let's see here. Let's see. Okay, so you can use hero points. Obviously, you can bank them, which is what we've been doing. Increasing attributes, power, and skills. So, player wishing to increase the statistics of his or her character purchases additional APs of attributes, power, skills, or wealth. The costs for increasing statistics are located on the increasing APs chart. However, when increasing APs through character growth, a player must purchase each of these additional APs individually.
right.
Okay, so okay. Right. Okay. So like let's say you wanted to bump up that strength there, and it's currently 2 APs, so you would have to spend 60 hero points to make it a 3.
Oh my God. No.
Now, let's say you wanted to bump up your martial arts, right?
Uh-huh.
Or your charisma even. Let's say you wanted to bump up your charisma.
Okay.
Charisma is currently a 5. Let's say you want to make it a 6, that would be 50 APs.
Golly.
Yeah. Or 50 hero points, rather.
I mean, it
Yeah.
seems like a lot, but we got like 140 last session or whatever.
Yeah.
But it seems like a lot right now because I have 64 left,
Right. No longer 69, sadly.
sadly.
Okay, so adding new powers and skills. Besides growing by increasing the AP values of already existing abilities, player may occasionally want to diversify by adding completely new powers and skills to his or her character. Purchasing a new power costs 10 times the base cost listed for the power. Okay, so in like the smoke bombs or the chameleon example, I guess that would be
Right.
like 50 APs,
50,
except it's a
yeah.
gadget. So gadgets work differently. That's if you just wanted access to the chameleon power. Like somehow Robin becomes like this fucking body horror, like morphing creature, like so.
Jesus.
This payment gives the character 0 APs of the power. Ay. The player must then purchase additional APs one at a time using the increasing APs chart. For example, to add 4 APs of invisibility to an existing character, a player would have to pay a total of 420 hero points. 10 times the 10 hero point base cost plus 80 hero points for each AP of the power equals 420.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense though. I mean, that's a lot of hero points, but it's like,
yeah,
if we were doing, if Robin had the ability to speak with animals, it's like I have to buy access to that, and then I have to start spending.
Yeah, totally. You can also purchase new advantages, so like new contacts, or you could bump up your contacts. That costs 5 times the listed hero point cost of the advantage. So I think like low level contact was 10 points normally, so that'd be 50. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, obviously you want to save these kind of adding or increasing spends for times when you're like, damn, I got like 300 hero points. Okay,
right,
let's see what we can do here. You can also buy off drawbacks. I don't know, does Robin have any drawbacks? He must.
Yeah, I'm 13 and I have a secret identity.
Oh, your age and the secret identity. Oh, and traumatic. Oh no, wait, that's Batman. Batman has the traumatic flashbacks.
True.
Secret identity and age. Yeah. Okay. I don't know if I told you, but if your secret identity is ever revealed, you automatically lose half your current hero points.
Oh, brutal.
Yeah. So look out.
So there's really no way for me to get access to anything new for the event tomorrow.
It doesn't seem that way.
Okay,
yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine. Okay, Batman's there. He's got plenty of gadgets too.
True. I mean, he has an Omni gadget that's like fucking A, B, C, and D, I think. I mean, it's like
Ah, damn.
he could do basically anything. Plus, I think it's a 10-point Omni gadget. So
Oof.
yeah.
So, yeah, and so remind me for my Omni gadget. Oh wait, it's single use. So I've already used my fog.
You have used your fog. It's going to reset to just being a generic Omni gadget, so it can be anything you want it to be again, but you're going to have to wait 2 days for that to happen.
Okay, yeah. All right. Well, yeah, I guess that's it for me then.
Yeah, and I'm not handing out hero points until the end of this adventure. So
Oh, God.
I know these multi-session adventures can be a little brutal.
Totally. Yeah, I'm going into the big event with 64 hero points.
Oof, oof.
You know, I'm gonna get my ass beat. And it's gonna be like, yeah, I was out all night. Now I'm
Yeah,
exhausted, you know.
yeah. You got like these bags under your eyes.
Totally.
Batman's like, "What's wrong?" You're like, "Oh,
Yeah,
I'm fine,
nothing.
totally fine. Never been
Everything's
better."
fine. It's all that Taco Bell.
Oh my god. This episode brought to you by Taco Bell. Oh lordy. All right. Well, that was fun though. That was, an unexpected diversion, but I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, yeah, this game really does like make you feel like a hero, you know? Like,
Mm-hmm.
but totally at a cost. Like it doesn't come cheap.
No, it really doesn't. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it really feels earned. I feel like a lot of like more recent indie games that are sort of like, failure is boring. So, your character should always be succeeding. And it's just a question of whether there's costs attached. Now, I think, Monster Hearts does a good job of that,
Yeah, sure.
but some of them can be a little like hand wavy, just kind of
Yeah.
like, oh, tell me how cool you are. Tell me how badass you do this. I'm just like,
Yeah.
okay,
Okay. Fine.
sure.
Yeah, it's weird. But yeah, I like you said, it feels earned in this game. Like
Yeah.
those hero points, I'm not getting them back. And even though I had a totally badass solo session where I went out and beat up 4 thugs and saved a guy, um,
Hmm.
I'm now going into the next scenario weaker. I'm going to have to be more
Mm.
conservative with my hero points, which means I'm not going to be doing anything super crazy. Luckily,
Mm.
Batman's going to be there, so maybe that'll offset. I'm sure it will offset
Yeah.
plenty, but I won't be able to show off as much, which is, obviously Jason Todd's motivation.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's really interesting. Now, of course, you will get a few. You'll actually probably end up getting a few more hero points than Batman because you kind of went out and did this little side quest, this little side
Yeah,
mission.
hopefully.
So I'm going to give you some extra, but it's not going to be a lot. I mean, it's probably going to end up
Yeah.
being like 4 extra hero points
Right.
or something like that.
Oh, well,
So
we said half of a standard award, right?
well, that's all. Yeah, that's true. That's true, actually. So I'll give you half a standard award plus the 2 or 4 points you got for kicking these guys' asses, basically. So
Nice, nice.
yeah. So okay, it'll be it'll be worth
Yeah,
it. It'll have
yeah,
been worth your while,
it will
which is
be.
also a good thing, because
Yeah,
that I know that can happen sometimes where it's like, why did I even do that? Like I actually came out behind,
right.
like
Yeah, and I might, I have no skills. I have no skills in weaponry, so I might actually start bumping that up with my hero
mm,
points. Although
yeah.
I don't know why I would, but exotic weapons and melee weapons is included. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Do I just always use my uh martial arts?
I mean, not necessarily, because what you would want to do is buy it up higher than your dex. So
Mm,
and your dex is decent.
6.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So it would take a little while for it to start to pay off, basically.
Okay. So probably not worth it then. Probably
Yeah.
easier to just dump into martial arts.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I think that's a better use of your points.
Yeah, I kind of want to up my detective too.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
and there's a gadgetry, build gadget and identify gadget are sub skills in that.
Oh, that's cool.
So I could be like a nerdy Robin, a nerdy Jason Todd. That'd be kind of fun. Almost
Yeah,
like a
right.
Donatello style.
Right. Totally. Totally.
Yeah, we'll see. There's all kinds of cool stuff that I want to do, and all the powers. Obviously, I really want to dive into those.
I'm very curious, like how this game runs at like Batman's an interesting case because it's like it is still street level ultimately, but Batman himself is like such a badass,
Totally.
that it's kind of like when I was running like the initial session for Des, I was just like, oh wow, you are way better than like these like kind of just average schmoes. Holy shit. So it's sort of like, and that's in the genre, right? It's like, most of the time you're not really sweating it as Batman.
Right.
And then like, fucking Joker shows up or whatever. You're like,
Right.
shit.
Yeah, and you've used all your hero
um,
points
and
sweating off a bunch of thugs.
exactly. But then you get your Robins or your Catwomans or whatever, or your Batwomans or whoever. And like, that's like this next tier down. So like, you're kind of like, oh shit, man, I gotta start rationing my hero points here, etc. So that's interesting. But then like I'm curious about like what's the next tier down from there, like if you're just kind of playing like total street level, like real true street level. Like
Almost
how
like
that would feel.
it'd probably be like what's his ass? Um different comic, but
Yeah.
Casey Jones from Teenage
Right,
Mutant Ninja Turtles.
exactly. Yeah, or even
Or
the
even
turtles
April.
themselves.
Yeah, or even the turtles. Yeah. Well, I guess the
depending
turtles
on
go
what
against.
version.
Yeah, true. Turtles going up
If
against
it's like
Shredder, maybe not.
if it's like Turtles Year One,
Yeah,
like
right. Yeah, maybe
but
not the last Ronin.
right, exactly. But yeah, no,
That
you're
would
right.
be.
Like if you're just
Uh,
doing like a street vigilante kind of thing, that would be interesting. And then I'm also just curious about like what's the other end, like Superman, Wonder Woman kind of end of things, like cosmic level kind of shit.
totally. Yeah, Doctor Strange coming in.
Yeah, yeah. Exactly. There's
Oh well, this is DC
Zatanna.
heroes, but whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
Zatanna is a she can cast real magic. So something like that, where it's just
yeah.
kind of like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, touring the world and elsewhere.
I mean, there's an occultist skill,
Yeah.
which I'm sad I don't have, but yeah. But
Right.
like create art sub skills are create artifact, occult knowledge, premonition, identify
Yeah.
artifact, and ritual magic. That's
Yeah.
badass.
Totally.
Ugh.
Oh, Black Canary. Black Canary would be like a street level.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So, yeah, something like that. I don't know. But anyway, very curious. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, my intention here was just to run, a couple sessions. It's sort of ballooned out a little further than that, which is totally fine. I don't see us playing it for, an extended jaunt,
Right.
but I'm like, definitely need to come back to this at some point.
I mean, yeah, it's fun. I would be happy playing this for, 6 or 7 sessions probably before I'm like, now what do we do? But like
Yeah,
I feel like maybe, especially with like Batman and Robin, it's like, I mean,
yeah.
you're going up against the big guys, and then like solving some crimes, and eventually you're just like, oh, it's probably the Joker, or oh, it's probably Riddler, or whatever. And then
True.
just kind of get over it.
Yeah.
But then
Right.
it's like, it'd be cool to be like, like we do a little campaign with Batman and Robin, and then like, we take over other personas, Batwoman, Catwoman, the Turtles,
Right.
and then we're starting to build this like, our own DC universe where we have all
Right.
these individual events going on, and then eventually we run into our past characters, or where,
Totally.
like we're the Turtles for a few episodes or whatever, and then all of a sudden, fucking we're back in Batman and Robin's shoes, and they're going to meet the Turtles, or they somehow encounter them. Like that would be really cool.
Yeah. And that doesn't even get into the character creation rules. I mean, you can create your own OC, as the kids would say.
Oh my God, don't tempt me.
Yeah. So anyway, all good.
Yeah. Good stuff. Thanks, David.
Of course. We'll do it again and find out what old Two-Face is up to.
Ugh.
And whether you're going to throw him off a building or not.
Oh yeah, living his last days. That's what he's up to.
Del Monte, enjoy them, old man. They will be your last.
Oh, hey, I was thinking, if I'm gonna be a superhero and go on awesome superhero missions like this one, can we use code names? Mine can be Robin.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Robin.
As in the small, Midwestern, frail bird.
Yeah, and I already have a catchphrase. Tweet, tweet on the street.
Hard pass.
And a song. Fly, Robin, fly.
Harder pass.